Here's my 2022 dating wrapped, a total fucking shit show. How many first dates I had? 21. I thought this was going to be higher, but it's because they disappointed me in text first, so I didn't actually waste any time going on dates, so thank you for that. Where we met most were Tinder. I highly recommend it. I know it's known for a hookup app, but there's ways that you can make sure that they're legit, not just looking for hanky-panky. A couple OkCupid, a couple Woo Plus, a Bumble, and a Hinge. The guy that I met on Hinge, eventually we reconnected on Tinder. Just a fun fact, most of the first dates were getting food, dinner or lunch. Your girl likes to eat. One was coffee and 4 were drinks. How many dates we ended up going on? Obviously, most were just one first date. One I'm still seeing. A couple little situationships in the middle there. Nothing too crazy. Cried over 4 of them, but don't give them too much credit. It was mostly out of frustration with dating in general. Who ended it? It was mostly mutual. One guy who ended things insisted on a phone call, which I thought was really great. It just wasn't the right connection. He's the only one I would recommend to a friend. How many guys I was dating at once? The most was 3. It got really confusing. I would have to check our texts before I would go out on dates with them, just to remember who they are. But I highly recommend dating multiple people at once. That was a really fun time. How many came back after ghosting? 4. And an honorable mention is the guy who ghosted me after I popped his cherry, came back a few days later with a "what are you doing tonight" text. You know who you are. Now, some other noteworthy guys. The one who's a whole grandpappy with multiple grandchildren. I like to date older, so I'm shocked it took this long to encounter this situation. The one who talks so much on our date that I learned what his sister's husband does for work. I didn't get much in on that date. One who showed me a lady's corset that he was wearing under his clothes. I did go on a second date with him. I will not be taking questions. One who's still living with his ex-girlfriend that I found out about through other people. And then the one who wore a sweatsuit to a nice Italian restaurant. But what's not on here, and most noteworthy, is I now have a boyfriend who I've been dating for over a month. He was from Woo Plus. I was only on there to prove that the app sucks. But he ruined that for me, in the best way possible. Anyway, I hope to not have any dating stories for 2023.